What's up, guys? I've done it the past 2 years, so I'm going to continue this year and show you a little video of my studio, my little workspace, to show you what's changed since last year, some new tools, things like that I've gotten, updates, little upgrades, and yeah, show you what's going on. So this may look familiar to some of you guys. This is my small, I think it's 8 by 8 room. Very small workshop, but it has everything in it that I need. So really the main thing that I did this year was I put another shelf up here along this wall because I need it. I ran out of room over here with these, so I have to go this way, and you can see it's already full. So the next thing I'll probably do is take this top shelf off of here and continue with it the whole way along this wall. I can't do it over here because my stupid ass put such big window trim on here that it would come right in the middle of it, and I don't want to do that. So if anything, I would build under this one with another shelf. I could come down maybe 2 more. So yeah, I did that. I don't know if the last video had these wire racks in them, but if they didn't, there they are. These things can hold 250 pounds per shelf, which I don't need them to be that heavy duty, but these molds, some of them, you know, 15, 20, maybe even more than that pounds each. So especially that damn white one, that is the heaviest one that I have, and the second heaviest there, yellow. So those are very good and secure. Here's a new screen red mold that I just made. It's July 3rd today, so what's the date? I made that on the 25th of June, so I think I only cast 2 out of that so far. What do I got here? My normal chemicals, things like that. Mold releases, silicone thickener. I got some fiberglass gel coat back here for making molds. There's Johnson's paste wax back there. That is what I use when I go to make the second half of my mold. I'll put that all along this flange, or this lip here, let it dry, hit it with maybe a coat or 2 of this, and fiberglass that side, and it just slides right apart. So I got, what I got here? Rubbing alcohol. I just use that to clean out my respirator and clean my hands sometimes. Accelerant for super glue. Just spray that on. Instantly hardens it and sets super glue, which is very good for putting together 3D printed stuff that needs assembled, so you don't have to hold it and wait. Another mold there. That is another screen red, actually. This is a sort of a different version that I have to work on. I have a couple months probably to work on that, so that mold for red is sort of just to get me by until this is done. I started buying fiberglass more in bulk. It just doesn't make sense for me to buy these little packs anymore. I think there's 8 square feet in here. I use so much fiberglass, it's just not worth it to pay $6 or $7 for that pack for 8 square feet when I can buy 120 square feet for 30-35 bucks. Over here, that's carbon fiber down there, and that one I got cheapo Harbor Freight heat gun back there because I don't really use it that much. Pretty much just for warming up clay, so it's more pliable. But I now got this crock pot that's full of clay. I just picked that up for like $5 at Goodwill. and you can plug that in and soften all your clay up and take out what you need. I picked up an airbrush at a yard sale, brand new, for $8. So I did buy the hose for it. Didn't come with that. So also at the same yard sale, I got a shit ton of sandpaper, all kind of grits. I got these rolls here. I got all this here. Pretty much twice as much sandpaper that's on here I got. I gave a bunch to my friend. All for $3. So that was a ridiculous deal. If you guys know anything about this sandpaper on these rolls and that, these rolls are about $20 a piece. So, and these were all in a roll too, but somebody ripped them apart off the roll. So, what else do I got here? Just bought some paint brushes. I go through these. Chip brushes like crazy. Paper towels I go through like crazy. Gloves. I started buying gloves more in bulk too. Whenever I get a cheap, good deal, use a coupon, I buy 4 or 5 boxes at a time. So a couple more up there. Some more mold release, some epoxy putty, baby powder, laser level. There's a mannequin head that I never use. That's the Stunt Yellow Ranger helmet that I am still in the process of putting the mouth in from the screencast yellow. One of these days. Tor putty mask from Joseph. I got my magnetic bars here. I just got another one. Probably gonna get a third one. Either put it up there or wherever. Hold all my little tools, needle files, scribing tools, 6-inch scales. I got mold key cutting knives, clay rakes, fiberglass rollers, all that stuff. Straight edges here, cutting mat. Just picked up this sweet LED desk lamp off eBay for about $35, I think, from China, but it's really good. It has 3 different brightnesses, and of course it goes all over the place, wherever you need it, wherever you need to adjust it. Everything swivels around and works great. Couple casts there ready to go out. Have to make a bunch more. That never ends. I got my vacuum chamber here. I made a little video about that. Use that for silicone when I'm making my molds. Gallon of Bondo there that's almost empty. Also, I started buying these in bulk. All these little sanding bands for my Dremel. Different grits. Much cheaper than buying a little 5-pack of Dremel ones from here. Get those from China on eBay. And that's about it, I guess. Got a little DVD player over there to, listen to a movie, or I might be able to catch, look at it for a couple seconds while I'm working on something. A little tiny radio there, just a little clock radio. I don't have Wi-Fi over here or anything, so it's radio and DVDs. But I'm usually pretty focused on what I'm working on, so I don't need too much to keep me occupied. Keep a clipboard there of all my molds, how many casts I have out of each one. This box down here is a kit, a vinyl kit, Terminator endo skull kit. Bunch of pieces in there. I'll probably never get to working on it because I'm always working on something else for you guys. Some syringes here. Yeah, don't think bad. These things come in handy a lot because sometimes when I get a cast or whatever from somebody, a lot of times people don't know how to make the cast really great. So they might have like a hollow spot in one. For instance, I had a Black Ranger helmet that I restored, and right up in here there was a big hollow spot where the cast was backed with fiberglass, but they didn't fiberglass it down tight enough, I guess, so it left a big hollow spot. And rather than having to cut that all out and fill it in, pack it in with Bondo or something, I can use these syringes, just mix up a little bit of fiberglass resin, just inject it right in, and let it solidify, let it harden up, and the problem's taken care of. I keep these little tiny containers, any kind of little containers and things, just to mix up small amounts of resin. These are little ketchup cups or whatever from Burger King, film canisters, little shot glasses, just to mix up small amounts of resin. You know, I don't need to use a big gigantic cup or, you know, something bulky all the time. Different kinds of tapes here, regular masking tape, painter's tape, 2-inch painter's tape, frog tape, very sticky, less sticky, even less sticky. So when you're painting helmets and stuff, I suggest the frog tape. I guess that's about it. Put up a smoke detector finally, in case this bitch catches on fire. Should get a fire extinguisher over here, that's what I should do. There's a lot of flammable chemicals and things over here. Acetone, all that. So I should get one of those. I should get a first aid kit too, because I worry myself sometimes working with all this sharp stuff. This knife right here, this is a carving knife, like for whittling. Now I'm trying to catch the gleam on this son of a bitch. This is like a scalpel. That's how damn sharp this is. Alright, I would venture to say that this is sharper than an X-Acto, even though the blade is very thick and very strong and has no flex to it. That thing, man, you could shave the hair right off your arm. I use that for cutting the seam lines down the backs of my molds, doing the zigzag, because an X-Acto blade, being that it's just flat, it sort of gets hung up in there. This is more of a wedge shape because it's thick up here, and then it's ground down to a very, very sharp blade. It sort of splits apart the silicone and wedges it apart as you're cutting, and the blade goes through it a lot easier. So I use this. It's about, I don't know, I think that's like a $20 knife, but it's called a roughing knife, and it's for doing whittling and stuff. Sometimes I'll even spray a little bit of that release right on the blade, and man, that thing just zips through everything. Kind of worried about it didn't come with any kind of a sheath or whatever, so I'm gonna have to make something for it. I don't just like leaving it hanging out, you know, with an exposed blade that sharp. But I'll get something, you know, later down the road. So I guess that's about it. You can see how nice and bright that LED light is. Puts a lot of good light on the work surface right in front of you. So, yep, that's about it. Put up a paper towel holder there. Big friggin' whoop. Anyways, 2017. That's what the shop looks like. That's what the little studio looks like. This is where I do everything pretty much, except for the super dirty work, like heavy sanding, cutting the necks off the cast and stuff. I do that all in the basement. So for up here, that's about it. I do have an exhaust fan in the window, like a proper exhaust fan. I'm doing fiberglassing up here though. Safety first. Pull all those fumes out of here. Wear the respirator all the time. Change the filters often. And try not to cut your fingers off with extremely sharp scalpel blades. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you next year, I guess. Who knows? Maybe I'll be in another studio, a bigger spot. Never know. Alright, see you later. Happy 4th of July tomorrow. You guys could hear some booms in the background. There's people setting fireworks off right now. All damn day. So, alright guys, have a good 4th of July holiday, and I will see you when the hell I see you.